Welcome everybody to the Cryptocast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Mac.
And today we're going to be giving you some examples and different types of paranormal hauntings, including intelligent ghosts, orbs, poltergeists, and inhuman entities. We hope you enjoy the journey. And for that, let's get into intelligent ghosts.
All right. Intelligent ghost is exactly what it sounds like. It's a spirit that can react or reply to you. It can be anything from what you'd think of as a visual ghost to something you smell, feel, or hear.
Yeah, that's, pretty much. People think that they have unfinished business. They linger, they're aware of stuff. People think that renovation really brings them out. But yeah, they're able to, you say, you put 3 lights in the middle and say, turn on the 3 lights in a row and say, turn on the middle one. And that turns on. More than likely you're dealing with an intelligent ghost. There's been instances where people have asked them, do you know that you're dead? And they've responded. They can know about the investigators.
What they're trying to do or find out.
Yeah, they can know your name. It's really trippy how they can really, they're in that other dimension or wherever they are, and so they already have all the answers from yesterday and tomorrow, so they know what's going on. Intelligent is even kind of, if we had a higher level to describe them, I think that they'd be that.
Yeah, and that's also a very broad spectrum too.
Right. But yeah, it's the ones that can you make a noise and then there's a knock? Can you knock 3 times and there's 1, 2, 3? Just able to communicate, just aware.
Unlike residual ghosts.
Residual ghosts.
They're the ghosts that do the same thing every day or every night in the same spot. Think swinging by itself in the middle of the night on a playground.
Yeah.
Always see that happen every time you drive by.
It's the same little girl. It's the same kid that's on that swing.
And that could be anything from the swing just moves by itself to you see the girl swinging as well. Right.
Yeah, you hear the laughter.
Yeah, exactly.
They're walking through the same doorway. There's thousands of legends of, we see a spirit in gray walking through down this hallway. Yeah, they're going through that hallway whether the hallway's there or not.
Yeah, or the man on the pier,
right,
kind of thing. Yeah,
they're literally like a tape recorder that's just replaying itself. They don't care about you. They don't care about noise. They whether they're going to be noisy or not, that's already predetermined, and they're just there, where that, for some reason, some energy has trapped them there. It could be a horrific event that happened while they were alive. It could be a good memory, too.
Yeah, it could, seeing Grandpa's ghost ride down the street in his bicycle, because that's what he loved to do.
Yep, exactly. But, investigators go in and they don't know Grandpa used to be a nice old man. They just see that and but yeah, those are 2 really, like when you think of like full body apparitions, the term ghost, the spirit, those are the main categories of those 2, intelligent and residual. And those are like the most common. A lot of times residual, like you said, it's just, it happens. It doesn't care if it's there. And sometimes it doesn't happen. I mean, you really have to be lucky in the time or place.
Yeah, it's either they do the same thing at the same time every day, or when they feel like it, and that there could be weeks or months between them, but It's still the same thing every time.
Right, and you can't dictate when they choose to do it.
You can't bring them out or something like that.
Right. Yeah. With intelligent spirits, you can be provocative, or I'm sorry,
provoking them.
provoking. And you might be able to piss something off, get a couple taps out, or maybe even a scratch. But with these residuals, I mean, it's just as the name says. Now you see ghosts that are captured on video, pictures of them, audio. Some people might even think that like there could be physical evidence that be left over. And in a sense, if we're thinking in ghost world, physical evidence, I think that ectoplasm could be thought of as the leftover material that when they either manifest or they demanifest,
something that stays
something
behind.
lingers. Yeah. And so that's another thing in the paranormal community is ectoplasms, myths. They're just stuff that we're not really sure is that, the leftover matter from them produced that. I keep on referring back to that, but that's really where my mind is when I think about myths and stuff. Is if I see a mist on camera, I want to see the shots immediately after that or immediately before that and see what does that happen. Now, there are traveling mists and different.
Yeah, well, they can be stationary, like completely still, or they can rotate or pivot. Yeah. They're whatever they want to be, I guess.
And that's the thing is, are they? I link them to it becoming a apparition.
They can, and not always, but they can.
Okay.
Eventually lead, like that's like the first sign of something appearing.
Yeah.
Is ectoplasm, but that's not always the case.
Yeah. But yeah, they're ectoplasm is that's one of those things that when you look up the pictures, if you can find some really good mist pictures, it'll spook you because you can see everything behind it, but there's a mist, a fog, a haze, whatever you want to call it. What else we got? Orbs?
Ah, yes. They're the most photographed type of paranormal anomaly.
Nice.
Yeah, they look like what they sound like, an orb.
Yeah.
Ball of light.
Yep.
It's either hovering over the ground or it's moving.
Passing through people.
Yeah, yeah. It's believed that sometimes they can be spirits traveling from point A to point B, and that an orb is the easiest or most efficient form to take for that travel.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Not necessarily their permanent form.
Yeah. I mean, because what I understand is that it takes a lot of energy to manifest into a spirit. And so a lot of like power drains will happen right before manifestations where investigators' cameras or phones will go dead. And so it makes sense that if you're just trying to get point A to point B, you don't want to be using all that energy.
Yeah.
You just shrink down into an orb and bonk out.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's also believed that they can be like just the purest form of a soul.
Okay.
Of people and animals. Or animals.
Yeah. That's interesting. Because I'm sure I don't want to say I'm sure a soul wouldn't be an entire body because it very well could be, but
yeah, who knows? Maybe again it's the soul, but in its easiest form to travel.
That makes sense to me. Where it's just down into an orb. It's nothing.
Yeah. Inconspicuous.
Yeah.
As you can be, I guess.
Now I've like you're saying it's the most photographed. I've photographed orbs, and it's a lot of people are okay. That's dust. That's a bug. Yeah.
But
really, when you accompany it, a lot of times when you photograph one coming out of someone or going into someone,
and they're reacting
and
to
they react, that confirmation right there, it's like, oh, I saw something, I captured something. Dust doesn't do that.
Yeah.
A bug, it's pretty obvious what
they can
bugs.
be something you don't see in person, but still get captured on
Yeah,
camera.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's different spectrums, I know that we love what we can see, but there's a lot more that we can't see in this present world that we live in.
Absolutely. UV light, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it would make sense that they just get right out of our spectrum of being able to see, and then they can just pass freely wherever the heck they want. But yeah, orbs are, and they can get big too. It's not always the size of a speck of dust. It can be a football size orb. They can be multicolored. There's not just
I always think orb and then like baseball size.
Yeah. That's about, I can go with that. A really exciting type of haunting for me, scary, I wouldn't say exciting, is Poltergeist. And Poltergeist, I'm sure a lot of everybody has seen the movies.
Or heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the times that I've seen videos of actual poltergeists, it is just incredible because nothing is off limits. It's not just a door shutting. So, okay, we'll get in. Mac, what's the definition of poltergeist?
Haunting a person or a house.
Yeah.
But a haunting, I would say.
Like, well, I'm like a noisy.
Well, the translation poltergeist is German for noisy ghost.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Yeah.
They're loud,
Not necessarily like violent, but
exactly.
angry and loud, I would say.
Yeah, it's lights turning on and off, doors slamming, cupboards being opened and closed,
Books
drawers,
flying off shelves,
glasses. If you're standing in the living room and all that is going down at once, that is just, whew.
Yeah, or personal favorite of mine is coming home to all your furniture being rearranged.
Oh my gosh.
Or on the ceiling or something.
That would be insane. Yeah, so it is there. The poltergeist, and it's crazy too because when you have poltergeist activity, it's really rare to have like full blown furniture being moved, but that stuff happens, and it's like, yeah, man, I don't know. I could probably deal with a door being shut every now and then.
Yeah.
But if I came in and everything that was inside my drawers in my kitchen was on the ground, I'd be like, this is out of my pay grade.
Yeah, no thank you.
But yeah, Poltergeist is a fun one to look at, and there's a lot of convincing stuff. Now, obviously, we are in the 21st century, and people can hoax almost anything. But if you get a legit poltergeist, oh my goodness. Anyways, another big one that encompasses a lot of different.
This is a broad term.
It's a really broad term. Yes. It's pretty much everything else. It's everything that goes bump in the night and is spooky on a paranormal.
Yeah. So
it's inhuman.
Inhuman. Anything that wasn't a person to begin with.
Yeah.
So a dead werewolf spirit. So a spirit of a werewolf. Something of that sort.
A banshee.
Yes. Yeah. A djinn.
Yeah.
Spirits.
Demonic.
Yeah.
Anything that didn't walk the earth, that wasn't flesh and blood, is, from what we are able to derive under the paranormal umbrella, is an inhuman type of haunting. And those, I mean, it's a wide spectrum. Like I said, everything from angelic to demonic. So from good to bad, because we got to remember too, just because we're talking about hauntings and ghosts and spirits and all this stuff, it's not all bad stuff.
No, you can have a haunted house and it folds your sheets for you.
Right? Yeah, it's sometimes the door will lock. Oh, I forgot my raincoat. You know? So, but when we think of inhuman, elementals, I always think of elementals as being over in UK or Scotland or or King Arthur and the old history forests.
Yeah.
And they would have little elementals that were like forest demons. That's what I think of when I think of an elemental. That they're element based. They're, something in the water, something grabs your leg or something. Shadows in the woods at night. That's what I think of when I think of elementals. But those fall under the category of inhuman.
Well, yeah, you have those, but you have things like animal.
Oh yeah,
inhuman animals. So just generally spirits that were
Cats,
animals.
Dogs. Yeah, they absolutely.
And and not just what we think of animals, but just cryptozoology in general, animal wise.
Sure.
So a dead Bigfoot.
Sure, yeah.
Spirit or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, why not? If your energy was, if you enjoyed your time on the planet, why not?
Or you were a beast that was killed by a scared hunter and you're angry and now haunt where you were killed,
Yeah, that too.
or confused. Yeah. So I like those. And then I also like the demonic inhuman spirits. And yeah, so apparently there's 4 levels to them.
Oh, yeah.
It starts out as an infestation, which is basically just a haunted house.
Yeah.
It's same kind of stuff. And then it eventually they'll move up to an oppression stage. And they'll start actually attacking you. Oof. Or disturbing you in your sleep, waking you up, or
sleep paralysis.
Yeah, or giving you nightmares every time you sleep. They'll make it so that you're always sick with something severe.
Man.
Give you major depression or anxiety. They'll make sure things don't go well with your significant other.
Yeah, sure. They can pitch you against other people.
Yeah, normal life occurrences, but they all happen at the exact same time.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then you move up to the obsession stage, which is caused by the first 2 stages. And pretty much it boils down to all you can think about is this demonic spirit.
Yeah, so you literally become obsessed with it.
Yeah, like you can't get it out of your head. Not necessarily it's possessed. You can't get it out of your head, but you can't stop thinking about it. So therefore you just don't sleep.
Yeah,
because you literally can't not stop thinking.
Do you think that when you hit that stage at that point, that's because from what I've understand is that demons can't possess you unless you invite them in. And so do you think at that point, since it's on your mind 24/7, you somehow invite it in?
Yeah. Well, so that's stage 3. The 4th stage is possession.
Yeah.
And it's thought that after you've gone through the first 3 stages that you're so physically and mentally broken.
Yeah.
That then they can possess you.
Man.
Be that willingly or not,
Yeah.
But that's, I think, the point of the first 3 steps is possessions.
It's just to break you down.
Yeah.
Man.
And I mean.
And these can happen over years.
Yeah.
Too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. It's not within a week or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure it could be, but.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, the telltale signs of a demonic possession are exactly what you'd think they are: superhuman strength, speaking in a different tongue,
Yeah.
being able to do things with your body that you're not supposed to be able to do.
Contortion.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, and hate holy objects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or you know of events, facts, or knowledge that there's absolutely no way the person who's being possessed would or could know.
Right. Yeah, I've came across that in research where they know about stuff about the priests when they go in to do the exorcism on them.
Yeah.
And try to use that against the priest to, break them down or question their relationship with God. Yeah, that's crazy. Now, have you heard of anything about animals being possessed demonically?
No, but I don't see why it couldn't happen.
Yeah.
Animals do seem to be more perceptive to paranormal events in general and entities.
True. They do seem to have that sixth sense.
Yeah. So I don't know if that would help or hinder. Them being more sensitive to those first 3 steps in demonic that lead to demonic possessions. I mean,
yeah.
If you're more sensitive, it'll be way easier to get to that oppression stage.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, and I could see a demon haunting a family dog, and eventually haunting a member of said family.
Or probably in reverse.
Or yeah.
Where it's already
escaping as a dog.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
It's the family's already been compromised, and so the dog is just getting the extra energy that it brings with it that it's not able to put into the person that it's currently attacking.
Yeah. So I think it's definitely a possibility that could happen, or has happened as well.
Now, have you? I was just looking up portals actually.
Oh yeah, so like a hotspot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like you'd see different kinds of paranormal entities within a relatively short time frame.
Yeah.
In the same like general area or same spot.
Yep.
Like just that kind of stuff.
That and I mean, I really feel like it's just a timestamp on the earth of just a mass amount of energy that whatever is in the, on the other side is using to come into our world. It's just it's like a tainted ground.
Like playing the past in the present kind of thing? Or
well, just the portal is
a doorway.
A doorway, totally. Okay. Where something either so horrific, probably so horrific, happened on that ground that it's able to, bad entities are able to use it to get through into our realm. A lot of people say mirrors or portals.
I mean, I definitely thought I'd seen something in the mirror.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's the thing is we're doing some research on this, but I don't like to look into mirrors when I go into creepy houses. Just
I understand that.
But yeah, that's just where my mind goes off. It's like, man, if there's a portal coming out of that mirror, and you see something walking around in there that's not on your side, that's a lot. So yeah, these are some of the examples that we've been able to come across, looking into.
It's a lot harder to come into this with specific examples because there are pictures and documentaries of experts going in and finding evidence, but that rarely paints the whole picture
Yeah.
of the paranormal entity or haunting or whatever.
Yeah,
because
whatever
you
it
get
is.
yeah, you get a glimpse of that one time, but you may still not know who it was that died or how they died or why they're there, or
Yeah.
what they're even trying to do.
Exactly.
Like, you don't get that out of that, so it's kind of hard to get a report on a specific haunted house and say this is what happened, this is why they're here. Now, that's not always true. There are, people who have hung themselves in a hotel room,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
there's a haunted hotel. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is hard to do that.
Oh, absolutely. It's not. I mean, and the other thing too is any type of evidence that you bring forth is going to be highly scrutinized.
Yeah, always.
But
Yeah.
it's just because we can't even fathom. Our brains can't fathom what happens when we die. We can't. Okay, yeah, we can't fathom. We can try to think about it, but we won't ever get it until we get there. And that's why communicating with the other side is so hard, because there's no switch you can flip on and off. For investigating Bigfoot, you can set out cameras everywhere and then wait, and you might catch something. The paranormal, if it's not there, if it's not willing to talk or do anything to make you know it's there, you're gonna come up empty-handed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, we wanted to highlight some of these, and as always, look into it, dig deep,
Do your own research.
do your research, form your own conclusions. These are just some of the ones that it's been really hard to disprove. A lot of these, maybe with the ectoplasm, that a lot of that could be disproved, but everything is circumstantial.
And these are all things that have happened long before modern times.
Oh, absolutely. Long before modern ghost hunting and even people looking for that stuff.
Yeah, this isn't a modern fabrication.
No, not at all. So, anyways, we're going to end on that. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, be safe. Thank you.
See you guys. Thanks.